are joined by the youngest comedian to ever win Last Comic Standing and her wonderful dog companion Blanche today. Of course, we're talking about Iliza Shlesinger.
Yes, that's me. I'm here.
Right here. And Blanche, who's quickly warming my heart up right now on this very cold spring day.
Yeah.
So you're coming to Buffalo on one of the busiest weekends, really, Buffalo has had in a long time.
NCAA tournament, for those of you that don't know.
We've been talking about it all day. So what do you think of all this craziness that you kind of walked into?
Don't care. I really want people to come out to Helium this weekend and see my show. It's a good break from the basketball madness. The dog will be there. I'm looking at what my pink hair looks like on the monitor. That's okay.
Now, does your dog come to all of the shows with you?
She does. She comes to all the shows. I got her initially as a travel companion, and then we put her in the act. And sometimes we do the act, sometimes we don't, with her in it. But she's just she's a nice addition to a comedy club.
And to the Winging It Couch, I have to say, she's very well behaved. Now, you're the youngest comedian ever to win Last Comic Standing, so
Yes.
What does this title mean for you?
Nothing much at this point, because it was in 2008. It was a good job that I did. But, I get to tour the country, and I get to entertain people, and it just means more fans to come to my shows and to rent my hour special on Netflix called War Paint. And I'll actually be this weekend working on new stuff because I'm working on a new hour. So.
And then for people that are coming over to Helium Comedy Club today, what can they expect to hear? Of course, with the guys, that this is a family show. So
this is a family show, but my show isn't a family show.
Very different. So what do you talk about, though? Where does your humor really stem from?
It's a lot of observational stuff, and I think it's a really good night out for you and the wife, for you and your partner. Doesn't really matter. A lot of just, personal stuff. It's hard to. I really should have answered that differently. I should have said there'll be a flaming hoop and midgets and a Shark Tank.
A Shark Tank would be a nice addition. Well, I can imagine it's hard because you don't want every show to be the same, so you can't really, expect everything that you're going to be talking about, correct?
To be the same?
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like we have a lot of comedians on. It's always hard to tease the comedy show because it's so situational,
it's hard
like you said.
to be like, wrap up your art, without sounding pompous. Like, it's probably the best hour you're going to see of comedy, at least today. So.
And then after Buffalo, where do you travel next?
Peoria, Illinois. So don't be jealous of that.
Now, do you see a lot of difference between, from one state to another, how people are receiving jokes or really where the community's humor stems from?
You know what? I think for the most part, the types of people that come out to a comedy club are good, hardworking, middle class to upper middle class people who really just want an hour of entertainment. They want to get away from whatever. So it's the kind of people that come out to laugh. Most people that are uptight don't come to a comedy club, and so it's always good crowds. And if they're coming to see my show, for the most part, is that a zit? No. They're coming to my show. They know what they're in for, and it's a really fun night of making fun of myself and others.
And Emily, our web producer, said she was at the show last night. How did that show go?
You have to ask Emily.
Emily.
Notice she didn't say anything.
She said it went great. She said it was very funny.
To say that in front of me. It went really well. It was really fun, really great crowds. And I was saying that there's really no bigger competition than the NCAA tournament. You may as well have Channing Tatum across the street giving out free hugs with his shirt off.
But you have Blanche.
I have Blanche.
And
None
Blanche,
of you have, yes.
Blanche it does not seem like she cares about basketball at all.
There's very little DNA separating my dog from one of these throw pillows right now. She doesn't care. Come on out to the show. Come pet the dog. Come see her evening look. And it's a good time. And the food's really good at the club, too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this very hectic morning, Blanche.
Happy spring.
Thank you also.